Um, Thinking about my life the next 10 years. If I look back 10 years, things have changed in ways that I never would have thought of. And I know that's terribly cliche, but in my situation, it's true. In my situation, it's absolutely true. So the next 10 years, wow. Well, one of the things I'm absolutely going to have to do is get back in shape like I was going to a big athletic event. And that means I'll have to go back to running at least 5 days a week, lifting weights. I may branch off into Tai Chi. I'm doing some yoga now. I'm going to have to do more yoga. I may have to branch into Tai Chi. And the reason why I'm talking about all of this is I've experienced life not being fit, and I've experienced life being somewhat fit, and there's no comparison. You just, in my estimation, you miss out on way too much not being fit, and then there's also the risk of getting seriously ill. Now, of course, that can happen to you anyway, but I think I function better when I'm fit, so that's going to have to be a big piece of it. I don't know if I'm going to stay in this town or not. So a whole lot of it will be, if I decide to relocate, where will I relocate to? What will my style of life be? I don't know. I don't know any of that stuff. If I leave this town, obviously I'm going to have to get a car, maybe 2 cars. I don't have a problem with that. So one could say that I'm actually reinventing myself. I'd like to maintain access to high quality strip clubs. I know that's contradictory, but I enjoy it. I also want to have good access to places where people practice mindfulness consistently, and they do so at least twice a week. I need that level of attunement so that I can function without extreme anxiety. I think I'm going to take up flying. I think I'm going to start taking flying lessons. I know that I'll enjoy it, so I'm going to take it up. I would at least like to be able to get to the point where I'm eligible for an instrument rating, maybe even a flight instructor, and that's going to cost some money, and that's going to take some time. So if I relocate, I want to relocate someplace close to a good accredited flight school. As I said, I don't know about the whole dating situation. I'm just edging my way back into it. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. As I've told you, I've never been married. I don't know if that's appropriate for me at all. But I'm not completely averse to the idea, in spite of the fact that my previous 2 fiancés were unpleasant people 60% of the time. I'll put it that way. 60% of the time they were unpleasant people. So I am fully aware of that, and I am aware that I attracted that in multiple ways. So those are factors. And then I think I want to start some sort of a charitable foundation. And I think the thing that I might be able to help a lot with is the homeless crisis, the ongoing homeless crisis. There are people who desperately need help in that venue. And one of the categories that immediately comes to mind is single mothers. Another category that comes to mind immediately is combat veterans. There's absolutely in my mind, there's absolutely no reason why any combat veteran should be homeless at all. And so I'm going to try, maybe if I start these foundations, to work with foundations that are actually getting the job done, as opposed to some of these other outfits that are just raking in money for the sake of raking in money. And I'm going to have to learn how to invest. Because the easiest thing in the world is to let 10 years slip by and you got no savings, no plan, no nothing. So I guess I got a little bit of work to do.